Hey folks, it's the Red, and welcome back to Let's Play Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Time to begin the next mission in the Gloomy Manor. A4, Visual Tricks. I tell you, Luigi, some things in this world are just too strange to be real. Some are real, of course, but some are illusions. Here, I've got something to show you. Luigi's giving it his patented stare. This is a spirit ball, a paranormal specimen with the ability to cause illusions. And someone is releasing a whole mess of them inside the Gloomy Manor. That's why some of the objects in there, even whole suits of armor, have suddenly vanished. But trust me, they're still there. Luckily, I've created a special Poltergust 5000 attachment a while back that will help us. We're about to get a new item. I call it the Dark Light Device. It's a nifty little doodad able to break illusions, such as objects that have been turned invisible. But with all the ghosts gone hostile, I haven't been able to return to my lab to retrieve it. But now that you're here, you can get it in there and grab it. Again. You'll find the Dark Light device attached to its charging station. It should be fully charged by now. Okay, I'm sending you in. Prepare to be pixelated. I often wonder why the pixelator is the one thing in this game that Luigi never gets used to. He's always scared of it. And so, once again, we're in the entrance. And once again, we just cannot stick that landing. But if you look around, there used to be a suit of armor here, and now it's invisible. That's one of the problems that we intend to fix in this level. Strangely enough, these suits of armor have returned even though they were gone in the previous mission. So, maybe the spirit balls work eventually wear off after a while? I'm not sure how it works. Anyway, as we head to the common hall and approach the door... Ninja vanish! Is it just me or did that laugh sound familiar? Anyway, forgot to check what was under here. And we see that it was actually nothing but a couple of cracks. Okay, so somebody was just putting this carpet to cover that up. Well, who am I to, make the place look bad? Anyway, you can try and tear down this, wallpaper again and then try and go in through the side. But you can't actually do anything from here. I mean, you can look through that window again, but that goes into the artist's room, but that doesn't really help us. And now here's EGAD to assess the situation.
Yellow.
Luigi, am I seeing this right? Did the lab's door just disappear? It must have been haunted by spirit balls from inside the room. I'm sure there's another way into that room. And indeed there is. We'll have to go upstairs to get to it, though. I really don't know what you're so worried about, Luigi. You just came out of a lit room and went into another one. Oh, not this again. Looks like the hiders want to play again. So, same drill as before. Let's find out where they're hiding and vacuum them up. But this time, a slammer wants to play as well. Well, I'm not one to disappoint. Looks like the hider was trying to provide some support fire from this side. We'll fix him. Oh, there's a couple more. Looks like they got away, but luckily they like to give away their hiding spot quite a bit. You get over here. This one's throwing banana peels. Can't have that. There we go. And clean up your mess when you're done playing. That's how Luigi likes it, nice and clean. So, as I was saying, we need to find a secret entrance into the lab, and luckily we'll find one such entrance from inside here. The spirit balls have made the clock disappear. There's that familiar laugh again. But if we go inside here... And, yeah, just like the fireplace in the study, this one can also be used to go downstairs. Shiny. So we'll walk over and take it. Or we'll try to at least. Looks like we're gonna have to play with some greenies first. We can make him come back by vacuuming that chalkboard there. And as you can see, it is wearing a pair of sunglasses, which we're going to have to vacuum off of his eyes before we can actually catch him. I like that there's unique strategies that you need to employ to catch each ghost because of special conditions that they may have, such as wearing a pair of sunglasses or wearing kitchen supplies over their eyes. It makes for a very interesting ghost catching system, and I really appreciate that about this game. And that's the one that had the dark light, so let's run over and pick it up now. We'll take off that old light and put on the new one. And we found the dark light device. And Egan has taken notice. Luigi, whoever's releasing those spirit balls is somehow able to avoid the periscope. Wait, is that? You found the dark light device! Good work, my boy. Try it with the Y button. I'm sure there's an illusion somewhere in that room. And indeed, when we press the Y button, this little rainbow light appears. And you need to keep an eye on the corner of in the upper right corner to see how much power you have left, because once it runs out, Luigi will burn his hand. It doesn't cause any damage, but you'll have to wait a second for it to recharge. Otherwise, you can use it basically as much as you want. Anyway, we use that to reveal this safe here, and it has a whole bunch of money in it for us. Now, when you make invisible things reappear, a bunch of these shadow balls will appear, spirit balls will appear, and then you have to vacuum them up in order to make the object solid again. And so by doing that, we're now able to leave. Yes, what do you want now? Can't you see I'm trying to do an LP here? Excellent, Luigi. I won't have to ask you to leave now, because you've already shown yourself the door. Ho, ho. I'm such a crack-up. Now then, have you been hearing that creepy laughter? Whoever's releasing those spirit balls seems to be enjoying himself. I'm not having any luck with the periscope, so it's up to you to find him and put a stop to him. Alright, so let's go find who's releasing all these spirit balls everywhere. So now that we have the dark light, we're able to make invisible things become visible again, such as this suit of armor that we noticed missing at the very beginning. Just need to make sure we get all the spirit balls, and it will become solid and drop a bunch of money again. Excellent! The dark light can also be used to bring portraits to life, such as this one that had more money in it. So yeah, whenever you see a portrait that has like a familiar item on it, such as a coin or a gold brick or something, use the dark light on it. It'll probably drop something nice for you. And speaking of things that are nice... So with that out of the way, we're back in the common hall, and now we're going to continue down this hall. Because over here is where we need to make our next level of progress. You'll notice a key on the portrait here. We use the dark light on it, and now we've got it. Also, take notice that there's a carpet here, but nothing leading up to it. Like, you'd think there should be a door here, huh? Well, let's put one there. So there you go. You basically have to pay attention to your surroundings. Notice that there's carpets in front of all the other doors, but not here. And that's going to let us go outside into the patio. And we've got a few goodies that we can collect down here in the yard. Use your dark light here, because there's some stepping stones here that lead to nothing. Get the spirit balls. The spirit balls will move around after a few seconds, so try and vacuum them up quickly. I didn't want to spin that just yet, but looks like we're going to have to get... Oh, I guess there was just 5 coins in it, so not a big deal. Anyway, those spirit balls got away, so we're going to have to do this again. There we go. And we may as well get this pile of dust out of the way. So, going inside this door, we're under the stairs where there's a whole bunch of gold spiders. Try and flash the right way, and you'll turn them into gold. There we go. And coming in here, we go behind the fish tank and are able to get this gemstone. So, coming back under the stairs and moving right along, there's a couple of plants here that can be flashed with the flashlight, and they'll drop a little bit of money for us. Also, notice that there's 2 cheap statues here, but it really looks like there should be one here as well, doesn't it? Well, there is! There we go, and once you make it visible, it spits out another gemstone for us. Excellent. Heading over here, a little bit of dust. A golden bird that we were able to turn into money. And some more money. Now, doesn't it look like there should be an object here as well? They wanted to showcase the dark light. They were going to make sure you got plenty of use out of it. There we go. So it looks like Egad has created his own gyrocopter. It looks like it was out of Wrath of Cortex. We'll go ahead and use the vacuum to make it spin. And we've made him lift off, and he drops us a key. Thanks, Egad statue. Nothing much to see over here, so let's go on inside. Well, it sounds a little busy in here, doesn't it? And that would be why. Watch out for the hiders, and there's going to be another greenie wearing kitchen outfits. They're not too hard to deal with unless the hider decides to get involved. You get back here. Oh, there's 2 of them. Well, there went my no damage clear of this level. Oh well. Ugh. Sometimes I really miss the C-stick. You get over here. Well, we managed to catch him while we were taking damage, so I guess that must count for something. Ah, there you are. So that was a little more troublesome than it was supposed to be, but... oh well. You win some, you lose some. We already got that gem earlier. So, let's go ahead and take the little lift ride, but this time go the other way with it. Actually, before we go in there, I just want to check in here real quick, because I think there's a gemstone we can get right now. Here in the library. Yes, there's an invisible object right here. So we vacuum these up. Then we should be able to interact with this. Yeah, we just suck in that ball, and that's going to give us another gemstone. So that just leaves 3 left to find in the manor, and those are going to be in the next mission. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Alright, now let's go ahead and take this lift. I don't know why I pulled on that again, it was already down. So here we are in the now darkened dining room, and it looks like we've got trouble in here. So, the boos were behind this. But, just as he turns the table invisible, we can make it visible again. Suck in those spirit balls. Oops, there's still one more. There we go. And then the boo will come back and find that it's visible again. And now we're introduced to the boo catching system. What we basically have to do is use the dark light to find its trail and then track down where the boo is actually hiding. This is basically how the boos are going to be handled from now on in this game. After it becomes visible, use your vacuum on its tongue and then pull it all the way back to suck it in. Ugh, that rat kind of got in my way, so kind of messed up the animation of catching it there, but we'll see it again later.
Hello?
You okay, Luigi? Criminy, what in tarnation was a boo doing here in the valley? Good thing you had that dark light device with you, or you'd have been in real trouble. Let's get you out of there. Hold on tight.
Ciao.
I mean, I kind of wanted to check for more money first, but oh well.
Yes.
We'll go ahead and call it
I
quits.
did it.
So with that, we've finished the mission, caught our first boo, and caught a good number of ghosts as well. Still only good for a 2-star ranking, but that's fine. And so, we're back in the lab. Excellent! I'm positively tickled that my dark light device worked. I mean, didn't you test the thing before you had us go in with it? Oh well, that's the professor for you. Anyway, 3 new gems acquired, and our first boo. As well as 592 money, which is more than enough to get us to the upgrade. And we're part of the way up to the next one, actually. About 1/3, actually. So with that, we've upgraded our Poltergust. So now, we can charge it up 2 levels before we press the A button, and that will be able to knock off even more damage when we suck in ghosts. And we also have access to the Scare Scraper, which is a multiplayer centered thing, which you can play online with friends. I actually did several recordings of that with my friends if you want to see that. I'll have a link to it in the description. It's concerning to find a boo in the Gloomy Manor. Boos always spell trouble, especially if they gang up. If you see any more, be sure to capture them right away. I have a special container just for boos down in the vault. Funny story, actually. You may remember that I used to have a device called the Portrification. Huh? Hold on a sec. The periscope is acting up. There's no time for reminiscing on the previous game. Something isn't right, Luigi. The signals coming from the Gloomy Manor are... Give me a minute, I need to figure this out. Actually, we're going to give you an entire episode to figure that out, because we're not actually going to be going on to the next mission just yet. So now that we have the dark light device, we are now able to catch boos that are hiding around in the manor, which means there were boos hiding in the first 3 missions that we had to miss out on as a result. So we're actually going to do a little backtracking and go ahead and get those boos out of the way right now. So, a few jump cuts, and I'll see you in a moment. So the boo in Mission A1 is here in the garage. First we have to get this pile of dust out of the way, and then use the dark light device in this upper right corner here. And that's going to make a wheel appear. Get the spirit balls. And that will make the boo appear. Boo-ha-ha! I'm Boogie Woogie. Hang 10, green-hatted dude. It's a surfer boo. So, use the dark light device to find its trail. There he is. Make his tongue appear, and now with our upgraded poltergust, we can actually do more damage to him when we flick him across the room. He's gonna go invisible again, so we're gonna have to find his trail again. He didn't get very far, so we were able to catch him pretty easily. And once they run out of health, they'll just be dazed on the ground, making for an easy vacuum. Yeah. I must say, I really like the new boo system in this game. Oh, looks like we got a word with EGAD here.
Oh. Yellow.
Fantastic! I'm glad you found and captured that hooligan. They're very elusive, only coming out when their hiding spot's been found. They may all look the same, but each has its own personality. Try to capture them all. Otherwise, they might regroup, and their power grows when they gather in large numbers.
Ciao.
Indeed, just like before, we need to capture all the boos in the game. But they'll unlock something for us once we do have them all in a certain area. So, onward to A2. Also, we have to complete this mission in order for it to count, which means I'm going to have to do a big jump cut in order to get to that. So, I'll see you in a moment. So, also worth noting is that by going back to all these missions and collecting all these boos, I'm also able to get more money out of it as well. As you can see right here, we're going to add another 1,030 to our total. And yeah, we also got a 3-star rank here, so that's cool too. And so as you can see here, we got our boo and a bunch more treasure, putting us much closer to the next upgrade as well. So, on to the next mission. So, we don't have to go far for the next boo. It's right over to the next room, here in the mud room, where there's an invisible table here. That'll make the spirit balls appear. And pretty much the same story as before. I'm Baboon. Let's go boo-nanas. Okay, so, let's find out where he went. Whoops, he's over here. Alright. Now we'll just pull on his tongue a bit, and send him flying all over the place. While they're flying all over the room, try and collect as many coins as you can. But, looks like he's not done yet. This will become easier in later levels when we can start charging up the, dark light more so. But that'll take care of this boo, so we just vacuum him in, and we're done with him.
I do it.
And so the money we got after that last revisit, well, of course we got the boo, and 543 treasure, which means we get another upgrade. It's gonna be a little bit before we get to the next one, though, so now our dark light can be used a bit more. So basically, this is going to make catching the next boo a good bit easier, because now we can keep the dark light shining a bit longer. And finally, coming back to Mission A3, we return to the studio, where we can see the tarp on the non-existent easel. So we pull that off, and then use the dark light on it to make the spirit balls appear. And that will bring us another boo. Oopsie, I made a boo-boo. So, let's find out where he went. Okay, he's over here somewhere. There we go. So we pull on his tongue and send him flying all over the room. If you keep the dark light shining on it while it's still visible, it's not going to be able to get away. Hey, get away from there. It can be sometimes difficult to get those things caught if they get stuck in some of the room's architecture. But there you go. From this point forward, I'm going to go ahead and get the booze while we're in the mission that we're on. So no need to worry about that now that we have the dark light. And so, we have another boo, and 422 money to add. Again, still a good ways away from the next upgrade, but it will come in time. So, before we call it a video for today, I thought it might be a good idea to go check out the vault as well. So, we'll look at that in just a moment. But if we go over here, we can go to Egad's vault. Let's go on inside and check out what's down there. So there's a number of devices here that we can take a look at. This is the ghost container. We can press A to look at it, and we can have a look at all the different ghosts that we've caught. You can press A on any of these, and you can have a three-dimensional look at each of the ghosts inside the container, which I think is pretty neat. And you can do that with all the ghosts that you find in each of the mansions that you visit. There's also a gem collection here, which shows you all the gems that you've collected inside the mansion. Next up, the unlockables. This is basically keeping track of all the poltergust upgrades that we are receiving throughout the game. And of course, we're going to need 7,000 once we get to the next one. Next, the boo canister. You can use the gyroscope to look at all the boos that you've collected. Thing is, every boo looks exactly the same, even though they all have their own personality. That one looks particularly upset. But yeah, I think that's pretty neat as well. And that's basically all there is to see here. So the lift is going to carry us back up. And here we are. And so from here we can choose our mission again. But we're going to go ahead and call it a video for now, so thank you very much for watching, and be sure to join us next time as we begin Mission A5, Sticky Situation. See you then!